You, ma'am, have overstepped a line that is not your domain. I am not your subject. I am the man who keeps you free. Those words are from a former Marine to Democratic Senator Dianne Feinstein of California, telling her that he would not register his weapons with the government, even if her proposed ban on assault weapons is passed. The letter started on a CNN Eye report and has gained lots of attention online. Joshua Boston, an Afghanistan veteran, joins me now from Louisville.
I wrote it because I kept seeing in the news this debate about gun control and all the points being brought up by Senator Feinstein. A lot of it's misinformation, and it seems to be it's fear-mongering that she's spreading, and it's being perpetrated by the media as well. There's just not a whole lot of double-checking and not a lot of facts coming out in this discussion.
Well, you wrote this letter. I'm curious, is it in regards to any proposed assault weapon ban or specifically the senators?
Specifically the one she posted up on her webpage a few days ago. She said she intends to bring it in as soon as possible in this next congressional session.
So what will you do if an assault weapon ban is passed?
Well, I'm not going to be registering, and precedent's already been set by David Gregory, who apparently doesn't have to abide by the laws of Washington, D.C.
What will you do then? You won't register, and what do you think might happen to you?
Well, I mean, whatever happens, happens, but I have a right granted to me by the Second Amendment in our Bill of Rights, and it says shall not be infringed.
Most, if not all, assault weapon bans are looking towards the future. They're not retroactive. Now, according to Feinstein, her bill will ban the sale, the transfer, the importation, and the possession, not retroactively, but prospectively. It will ban the same for big clips, drums, or strips of more than 10 bullets. And in response to your letter, I want to read the statement that the senator released. She writes, Senator Feinstein respects Corporal Boston's service. She has heard from thousands of people, including many gun owners, who support her plan to stop the sale, transfer, importation, and manufacturing of assault weapons and large-capacity magazines, strips, and drums that hold more than 10 rounds. As Senator Feinstein has said, the legislation will be carefully focused to protect the rights of existing gun owners by exempting hundreds of weapons used for hunting and sporting purposes. That was from her office. What do you make of that?
I'm still confused as to where the hunting and sporting clause is in the Second Amendment. It's nowhere to be found in the Bill of Rights or the Constitution, so I don't understand what she means.
So when you look at those things that happen, like the shooting in Newtown or the shooting in Aurora, Colorado, you don't think that there should be any change to the law?
The laws we have are extensive. I mean, there's over 2,000 gun laws as it is. And the fact of the matter is, predators are amongst us, and we have to recognize that fact. We don't live in a utopia. Our citizens have to be armed to protect themselves from these madmen.
So what is the solution then? I mean, is that the solution to stop these tragedies, for everyone to be armed? How do you stop this from happening again?
Not for everyone, but it certainly ups the probability of successfully stopping a shooter before you have 20 dead, 30 dead. People will choose whether or not to carry if they want to. I've made that choice, as have hundreds of thousands of other Americans. And should we unfortunately ever find ourselves in a situation to protect others in our lives, we will.
But the law is the law if it becomes law and you're just willing to break it.
Unconstitutional laws aren't laws.
Okay.
It's just common sense that when you're attacked in a dark parking lot or in a classroom or anywhere else, there's not going to be a police officer there. You are responsible, but they sweep that under the rug, and they don't want you to talk about that as a solution, the obvious thing. What they want to do, what they're really doing is creating this, like a petri dish. Let's disarm people. Let's use force of law to make sure that there's a place where a gunman can go and be assured of defenseless
Well, that was my next point. I've seen these comments about the NRA heads saying, let's go attack the NRA headquarters. These are real tweets and real Facebooks. No one's going to attack that because it's full of guns. Don't these idiots get it? They attack you because they know you're a mark. They don't go after the big, powerful armed person.
Yeah, exactly. They're not going to do that. But here's the thing: is most of the people who are like Bloomberg and Obama and Holder, they understand that this is a propaganda campaign. They know that the real solution is to arm the people. If not, then I invite Obama to lead the way. He should have all his Secret Service put their guns away and no more guns in the White House. Make the White House a gun-free zone. If that works so well, then why doesn't he do it and lead by example?
In the spirit of gun control, will you disarm your entire security team?
You will get right back to you.
You'll get
Came
back
over
to me?
very friendly.
Would you like a sip of my
very
soda?
friendly body language. They're grabbing on him. Grabbing on him, dragging him away.
Why can you defend yourself but not
pushing him back?
The majority of Americans. I mean, look at the team of security you got. And you're an advocate for gun control? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. I'm counting. There are probably more.
Imagine NYPD at a U.S. Conference of Mayors meeting in Washington, D.C. How about you're out of your jurisdiction, goon? I know you have stop and frisk checkpoints there, but not all of America's North Korea yet, goon. I'm a TV host, goon. I mean, they follow him for a long period of time here. And even after he gives them the info, it's not enough. I mean, and again, this is illegal what they're doing. Let's continue.
Sir, how you doing today?
I'm good.
How you doing? Officer Stockton, NYPD. Do you have ID on you, sir?
I want to see your ID.
I'm credentialed for this.
May I see it, please? Thank you.
Sure.
Why don't we get over here and see the streets?
No. Do you even have jurisdiction?
Absolutely, yes, I do. Security jurisdiction, absolutely, sir.
I asked the question. There's nothing. What did I violate?
I'm not saying you did. I was asking if you have ID. That's all. If you have ID or credentials, I can
hold this.
Thank you very much. You have a photo ID, sir? Driver's license?
Well, I'm not going to give you my DC driver's license. Is this standard procedure for the press? Wait, is standard procedure to be questioned?
Standard procedure in Nazi Germany was to take everybody's property and shoot them in the back of the head. Procedure isn't law. It was procedure for black people to be slaves in this country, but it didn't mean it was right. So your procedure can go straight to the place where the devil dwells. It's called Hades. Let's go back to this travesty.
Members of the press.
Standard procedure ID, sir?
Yeah, it was issued by the conference we were just at.
Well, can I see ID? Photo ID that matches that name, please?
Sure thing.
Thank you, sir.
Shows it to him, not enough.
You going to write it down now?
Oh, no, sorry. You're
going to write it? You're going to write it? Okay. We good?
It's the same collectivist model. Somebody does something bad, so everybody loses their rights.
Well, not the government, though. That's the point, is they'll never say we must disarm all of the people, including the police and military. If you are an anointed, government-approved armed guardian, then you're good to go. In fact, they want you to be hyper-violent and hyper-armed if you're part of the government. It's only the private individual citizen who cannot be trusted. That's what they're doing, is they're flipping the founder's design on its head, where the government was not trusted, and it was the people who were supposed to be armed and responsible for their own security. They're taking that away and saying, no, only the government can be trusted. And so that's why Obama will never have the White House be a gun-free zone. He should lead by example.
What is it about these psychos that they go after kids, and where they can't get guns, they use knives? I mean, what type of demon wants to hurt little kids?
Well, I don't know. That's a good question. But here's the problem. Like I said, it's like putting out bait. I know it sounds kind of crude, but it's true.
Scum goes after the most innocent in a victim disarmament zone.
Adam Lanza compiled extensive research on other mass shootings, graphic details about the killers, their weapons, and victims. Sources say Lanza tracked the death tolls of other attacks and viewed them in terms of scores. Investigators believe Lanza was trying to achieve a higher score than other mass killers when he attacked the nearby school. Investigators suspect Lanza viewed the school as an easy target filled with people. As we first reported last month, Lanza was particularly obsessed with Anders Breivik, a Norwegian man who killed 77 people in July 2011. But Lanza's research went beyond Breivik. Inside the home Lanza shared with his mother, investigators found information about numerous high-profile crimes. One law enforcement official who was briefed on the case said he's never heard of another killer who did more planning and organizing. Lanza also spent countless hours inside his house in a basement gaming room with the windows blacked out. There, investigators found a large collection of violent shooting games. Now, investigators believe Lanza's fascination with those video games and other notorious killers led him to act out his deadly fantasy. The extensive research makes it clear, Bob, this was not an act of sudden rage, but rather a premeditated massacre.
But the point is that where they can't get guns, they will use blades. Like in China or Japan, a much more blade-oriented culture because they don't have guns, they'll still do it. You get a crazy guy with a samurai sword, he'll still kill lots of kids. And the way to stop him is to shut him off by killing him. You got to stop him right then and right there.
I saw a report where a Palestinian woman with a butcher knife killed more than 10 Israelis. What are you going to do, ban all knives?
Like they do in England, yeah. So they'll still get it. You know, if someone wants a sword or wants a machete or wants a gun, they'll get them. If they could smuggle drugs into the country, but despite them being illegal, they could smuggle anything in. They're going to get them. So you're not going to stop it except by arming the teachers and allowing them to defend the kids.
And look at Arizona, look at Texas, look at every state that's loosened gun laws. What happens, Stewart? Crime rates go down.
Sure. If you're able to defend yourself, you're able to, first of all, you'll dissuade those who are not suicidal. But even for the ones who are suicidal, you'll stop them. You can stab them to death or shoot them to death and stop them.